What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to more Black Desert. So today is going to be a special video because one, we're doing another tier 10 attempt today, and then after that we're going to be doing some patch note reading for basically what came out today. I'm sure you guys already read it, but give you an idea of what's actually happened in case you didn't read it, and my opinions on it. So first of all, let's get the fun part out of the way. We're gonna fail at 3% again, and it's okay. Luckily, when I do tier 10 attempts, I expect to fail, and you should too when you're doing it. I think each attempt is a little over 1 billion silver, and I did skim the patch notes before, but we're just gonna read it and I'll give you more of my opinions when we get to that. So one of the changes that they added was you being able to craft tier 10, like the old sensor thingies, with different materials. You could still use the old one that you've always been doing, but yeah, now you can have a new crafting method. So I think that's cool. And yeah, for all of you who are for some reason going for a tier 10 horse, just know that the tier 9 and the tier 10 base stats are the exact same thing, whether you're going for a Pegasus or a unicorn. The difference is mostly just a skin, and it comes with a few extra skills that aren't like that game changing. So for example, this tier 10 Pegasus, what we got are Wings of Swiftness, which, wait, hold on, I don't even know what's new. It's like one of these where it's where you could just like fly in the air, and then, oh yeah, it's up E, and then you could like dive. When you're diving off cliffs with the Pegasus, you know how you just float or glide down? You could like 100 to 0 it real quick. That's the tier 10. And flying in the air, and soar in the wind after using instant excel, which is weird. I don't use any of them. The only time I ever use anything was probably the up E, and that's like when I'm trying to fly off a cliff and I'm like, I get stuck on it. But it's basically like this. You can just fly until your stamina goes down, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I think I don't ever see anyone using it, but anyway, with that said, oh, I want that title so bad. I don't even want the outfit. I just want the title, to be honest. All right, so don't look at that tier 10. We don't have one. Let's pretend we don't have another tier 10. So basically, what it doesn't tell you is it's a 3% chance. And you need a male tier 9 and a female tier 9. I don't know. We're just going to use OG names that whatever I bought them with. So I wish it told you this. I probably did in a patch notes, but it doesn't tell you this in game. Flat 3% chance, no matter how many times you fail it. So it's over 1 billion silver per attempt, and that's why we don't do it pretty often. But with that said, it would be nice. Okay, debated. Okay, hold on. Which one has gear on it? Okay, back into horse stable you go. Take 2. All right, let's do this. You don't need crons or anything because it's already dumb expensive how stupid the rates are. But anyway, let's do it. It would be nice. I don't know why I expect anything. Anyway, here, have your gear back. We'll do another tier 10 attempt whenever we get the materials. Let me send this one back to... Do I have any silver on me? Oh god, I don't. Let me send this one back to Sand Grain. See how, like, that's a tier 9 and this one is a tier 10? From a distance, it's actually so hard to tell what, like, the difference is. But how you know is by the legs and, like, there's some, like, aura around it, like mist and something. That's how you tell the difference between tier 9 and 10. Alright, so I am gonna go back to Heidel, and then I'm gonna start reading patch notes. Second. Let me pull up the patch notes and everything so you can read them. We got some pretty interesting stuff happening soon. I think the Megu is coming out. Flash changes that I'm not super familiar with, but it's always an interesting read. Let's see. The manor. I've had my manor for over a year and then like the contract expired. I wish you could just buy a permanent one, to be honest. Permanent, like... Here, we'll buy it for 2 days. There's nothing in my house, to be honest. The inside is like random stuff they gave us for logins, and this would be where I put my compass thingy when I get it. All right, anyway, hold on. Let me pull up the patch notes. Okay, cool. So, this was today, or, well, I guess when you see it tomorrow, but what did we get today? Events. Let's read through the events. So this one started today. To be honest, I don't really know what the difference is because they've been... This started already, like last week, but now you get more orbs, and then you turn the orbs into those like fox thingies, and you get prizes out of it. Easy, just stay logged in. This one is the good one because we're actually going for it. A lot of people need stuff from here as well. So whenever bosses spawn, like the notable ones anyway, higher chance for Garmoth's Art. Basically still 0. Good to know. But one thing for me, what I wanted to do is go for the Rarar's Heart. And it's basically the hunting boss that came out recently. And it's in Narcion. I've never done it, but I've seen like videos and stuff. And we're also going for the Bloodlit Eyes of the Desert because we're going for the Nuver outfit. So those are pretty cool. And I think I need another like 150 of them. So actually, let me see. Yeah, so we need about like another 120 something just so we can get enough to craft the things with the black stones, and we need a lot of them. Basically the outfit is about 42 billion silver, and it's been out for a while. It's just most people don't want to spend 42 billion silver on an outfit. And I personally, I just want the title because it's orange, and that was it. So anyway, let's get back to the patch notes. So for everyone who doesn't have a Vel's Heart and a Garmoth's Heart, now is your time. You might want to log in and do it. Heart of Karanda has a higher drop rate. I've actually gotten a few of them, but it's like instead of a Garmoth's Heart, the Heart of Karanda is like 1 crystal slot, whereas the Garmoth is 2. And I know a lot of people are like, you should just do the quest line for those intact maneuver skills and then basically quest to get a Garmoth's Heart. That one takes a really long time, and I don't know. I mean, the Heart of Karanda is good as a temporary thing, but then make sure to remove it when you're done. So I'm just gonna try to stay up and do as many maneuvers as I can because I want the bloodlet thingies, and so now that they have it doubled, that's awesome. And let's see, so this is from January 11 to January 25, so that's 2 weeks. This thing has been going on for a while. I wish they would have just told us that it's gonna go on for another week, because it's not a new event, it's just a extended time one. Radiant Shikatu seals. Just log into the game, giving you more stuff. Drop rate, we're going to be taking advantage of that and grinding more Histria, because one day I would like to get the Compass. One day. New adventure, Black Desert Tour project. I'm convinced this is like for new players. And then what is this one? Do I want to find out more? Oh, actually don't care. Yeah, so this is like the same thing. They just extended the time on it. All right, cool. Those are the current active events. Let's go read more. I don't play Ranger, but I'm just trying to see like the relevant information. Charging Wind, very strong ability. Damage increased. Ultimate, cool. Success, or that was Succession, Awakening. Basically everything got more damage. Super armor to invincible. Wait. Okay, so right now, or before, it had super armor. Now it has invincible and super armor while moving. Literally... So, it's so stupid how I have to explain this. Invincible means you don't take damage. Super armor means you can't get like CC'd through things, in theory, which we all know doesn't really work. So basically, what it should just say is invincible. And then now you have basically you're untouchable while you're doing this. It's dumb how you can have two kinds of super armors, or invincibility and super armor. Some classes don't even have two, but okay. Remove text. I don't think anyone actually reads that in combat. It's like you read it one time and then cool, and then you probably never read it again. Even it doesn't matter what class you are. Resource increased. Super armor. Dude, our Rangers are like have always been low-key cracked, so. PvP buff, nice. I'm gonna be honest. I wish they tested this, like, you know how they show these like GIFs of things? I wish they tested it against like actual another player so you can actually see real resistances versus a target dummy with 100%. Okay. So basically what I'm seeing here is more damage buffs. Kuno needs some buffs, actually. I think so. Ooh, 50% crit rate now applies in PvP. That's kind of huge. Forward guard, nice. Reduce cooldown, increase attack damage, nerfed PvP damage. Okay. A lot of these basically nerfed in PvP, buffed PvE. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how they balance it. Like, what do they calculate in terms of time versus damage? I don't actually know that, but interesting. Evasion rate, that's good. I'm not sure. This sounds like a good thing, but I don't play Kuno, so. That one's good. Anything, honestly, at high-end PvP, anything with recover HP kind of doesn't even matter. At certain points, you're just going to get nuked down, and then it's almost like HP is very relevant or irrelevant after a certain point. And after that, you just want, like, more DP. Okay, changed a few skills. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just seeing numbers that are, like... These are a lot of PvE buffs, from what I'm seeing. Ninja only got one thing. Fixed the issue where the stance was different. That seems kind of huge, actually, if your stance is, like, different. And everything, as you guys know, in PvP, like 1 second could mean everything in here. Wizard. Isn't Wizard better than Witch? I'm not actually, like, I actually have no idea, but the last time I talked to people, people are always like Wizard better than Witch. But I guess two different things, but in a way. If you were going to pick one, if you were a new player, I don't know. Do you want male or female? Do you like nature and poison versus electricity and fire kind of thing? Okay, I don't... Is that good? Wait, hold on. Fix an issue where the skill cooldown not being reduced when comboed with the prime. Oh, that's good. Do people use Blizzard a lot? I remember back in the day, people would just Blizzard off of roofs in like sieges. And you know how back in the day, the meta was like basically all wizards and witches, right? And castle owners would just sit on the roof and then Blizzard down on people. I don't know what it is nowadays. I think since gear is so different, it's less relevant. But I mean, like if it's a bug, you fix it. It's good. Earth thingy, fixed the issue. Black Spirit version being activated was locked. Cool. I do have a little bit of experience playing Guardian. It was kind of cracked back in the day. Nowadays, it's just good. I would say it's a average to above average now. Change critical hit 100 in PvE to just full on 100%. So PvE to PvP or PvP and PvP. That's good. Same thing. Dragon's Calling. Dude, oh my god. Fighting Guardians for me is actually kind of tough. Like, they're tanky and do a lot of damage. So now that they, like, I'm pretty sure the more stacks you have, like, the faster you recover. And it's, like, 0 to 100 real quick. And then now it's even buffed it even more. So that's huge. Floating debuff to apply only in PvE. I don't know what that means. Change the HP instead of... Recover HP instead of willpower. Excellent. That is huge. Hash buffs. Oh my god, let's see those. I actually really enjoyed Hasashin during the season I played it, but then I just kind of stopped because I was like, every time I enjoy a new class or something that comes out, I'm just like, yeah, that's really fun to play, but I need to get gear on my main character. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'll play it one day. Change cooldown 8 seconds to 3. Dude, that's huge. Ooh, removed invincibility, and now you have super armor. I mean, that's not even that bad. Like, how often are you getting caught with invincibility? I mean, super armor is still good. It's not invincibility, but it's good. Like, I think this is a huge change. PvE. Increased PvE, nerfed PvP, I think, or it could be the same. Flow is different. Nerf from invincibility to super armor. If you're a hash main, let me know if these are good. Like, yeah, invincibility means you don't take damage, or super armor still means you don't get CC'd, and Hasashins are very mobile, so I think this is a nerf, but it's not that bad, like nerf kind of thing. Like, to the point where you barely would notice it. Just straight up buffs and PvP changes. Draconia. Core extinction. Oh, core skill got changed. That's rare. I don't see that happening often. Neat. Season Ataraxian, the 3rd dungeon. Honestly, I still haven't done it yet. I'm very, like, lazy. So if anyone wants to do this, just join the Discord and just ping me or something. Or just ping me on Discord, and then I'm happy to run this. Because I know there's the dungeon finder, but I'm lazy. I don't use that. And so if anyone wants to run this, let me know. I'm down. And now it's on season. Excellent. Cool. Is exclusive season rewards? Hog. You know, I've never actually looked at this. I know this isn't even a new thing. I've seen it in the patches before. So, like, you know how there's, like, basically in-game chats that help people? I never really paid attention. In fact, I don't even have this on. But I guess for newer players, asking questions and all that stuff, like, I guess helpful people get titles. And so I think that's cool. I've seen people with, like, the gold titles and stuff, so that's awesome. I've seen all these before. I guess this is the equivalent of the YouTube version of these chat groups. So, I don't know. If you have a question, just leave it in the comments. Happy to answer it. Or join the Discord, same thing. Okay, this is what we were talking about before, the old moon sensor. So, this is the new thing that you can make. And this is the old one. So basically, they just added more methods instead of using certain materials. In terms of, is it cheaper or is it more expensive? It's roughly at about the same price at the current market price. But in the case of, like, imbalance of, like, I don't know, one goes higher than the other, just you have choices now, which is excellent. Honestly, I think this one might be, like, a lot easier total because people have tons of lightstone crystals. So let me just show you how it's done real quick. So you take these crystals, right? You remember all of these imperfect ones that never sell? Yeah, you know what you can do with them? You turn them into these. You take them to the NPC and then you get 6 for 1. So, like, if you have 1 imperfect, you get 6 of these magical ones, right? So you can just change all of them. And then they're used for a lot of different things. Hold up. Hit me with a 10 or 11. Or 12. Alright, cool. Back to the notes. So now that we have that, there's another way to craft this. You still need the feathers and all the mythical stuff, which is kind of more of the bottleneck. This one is easy to make, but good to know. It's going for tier 10s, in case that wasn't very clear. Now you can get gins by exchanging, like, this is not a new thing in the system, but it's new for these red crystals. And so yeah, like, basically people who are going for special evasion gins that were like permanently sold out back in the day, now you can do these for this. I think the ignore knockdown is the expensive one right now, and I might try that actually. Yeah, ignore knockdown is kind of huge, so you can just heat up the bonds and wands, and then you get one like fragment, and you need 20 of them. It works the same way for special evasion crystals, which are the blue ones. Exchange petals for sturdy forest things. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what that does, but is it one of those wagons? Oh yeah, this is a huge change. Voltara's Clairvoyance. Basically, the one of 3 of the MP potions that you need, the one that everyone hates doing because it's gathering. Yeah, now it's easier to get. So I got mega lucky with mine, to be honest. And mine double procced. So I got 2 of them back in the day from gathering at Navern. Yeah. So that's why we have 2 sets of potions. Fun stuff. We've adjusted the loot drop rate to be close to the previous one and having up to 2,000 mastery. It's very hard to get 2,000 gathering mastery. Well, it's not hard, it's just expensive. And even right now, with my buffs, and I have like a Guru 16 gathering, plus when I buff up, I can hit 2,000 if I go full buff. But on average, without them, I'm around like 1,800. So chances are, if you have 2,000 mastery, you probably already have this piece, I'm gonna be honest. Reduced the amount from 3,000 to 500. I've never actually done the weekly for this one, just because I've just straight up had 2 ancients already. But that seems nice. Instead of 3,000, it's 500. I don't know how much faster that is, but that's nice. It sounds good. Clairvoyance and memories will be obtainable from hunting during events, will still be affected by your hunting mastery. Okay, so as usual. Improved the Voltara's Clairvoyance. Okay, let's see. Cool stuff. Quest and knowledge, cool. I think this is something I wanted to talk about as well. Node and Conquest fixed where you couldn't install a flag on certain areas on certain days of the node war. Fixed the node war restrictions displayed. Never mind, this is not the one I wanted to talk about. And I believe that is it. Yep. So, with that said, hold on. Let me see. One more thing before we wrap up. Let's look at the Pearl Shop. Let's see. This is something I wanted to talk about because I did browse it, and I just wanted to make a quick mention of stuff. So, if you're buying pearls, if you were going to buy it anyway, now you get some cool stuff with it and a coupon. So, good to know. The $100 and $200 bundles, you'll get something with it. This is where things get a little interesting because they're having a sale that I think this runs around like once every 3 or 4 months or something, like once a season. And they usually do like, well, actually maybe like every 6 months because it makes sense, right? So they have the value pack for 180 days. So it's basically like buying a sub for 6 months at a time. And if you were going to buy it anyway, like let's say you're going to buy this one, and then you get the discount coupon, it's basically like 14 divided by, or 20%. So yeah, it's about, it's like roughly $100 for the thing if you were going to buy a huge bundle of all three. And here's the thing. If you were going to buy it individually, just like one instead of all three of them, I think the value pack is the most important thing, followed by the Secret Book of Old Moon, and then the Kama book. So if you're going to buy one, it would be the value pack. If you're going to buy two, it would be the Old Moon. And then if you're going to buy all three, obviously just buy this bundle. I personally don't think the Blessing of Kama Sylve is super important. If you grind a lot, it might be, but like 20%, like honestly, if 20% made a difference, I would have had my L10 piece right now after almost 300 hours. So there you go. Either way, so you could buy them individually. 6 months worth of it is, what is this, like 60% off, 40% off? Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick note of that and say, like, if you were thinking about buying it, my opinions of all this would be value pack if you're buying one, Old Moon if you're buying two, plus value, and if you're buying all three, just get them all. But Blessing, not as relevant. It's still good, but I don't think it's like highest priority. This one is very important if you grind a lot, just because you could use tent buffs while your thing is active. So that's why I think this is very important. And same with value pack. But if you're patient enough, you can just get them off the market. People sell them. I don't recommend anyone ever buying these like 6 packs of, that's so much money for 6 costumes just to do like 1 pen black star attempt. That's probably gonna fail. So you're just like it's hard to recommend this, and in fact I don't, but if you have just like infinite amounts of money, by all means, but I just wouldn't. Also, another thing that you shouldn't buy is golden bells ever. Just that 100% XP bonus that you give the server. I could think of so many other things to do with my silver than buy these, or like my pearls. And everything else, honestly, these dragons, not so good. If you're gonna get something, get like the polar bear, the gathering one, the hedgehog, or the Arctic fox for loot. Those are the 3 important ones, and then these are just whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Pet loot is pet loot, but if you're trying to min-max it, do that. And then everything else here is like buy one, get one kind of thing. And that's about it. So with that said, hopefully you enjoyed it. I know this is kind of a longer video, but hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love to see you guys come back. I do upload videos pretty regularly, and yeah, stuff for pretty much every day. And with that said, peace.